Welcome back to the End of Days Chronicles channel, where we bring you the latest updates and comprehensive coverage on the unfolding events in our world. On this momentous occasion, which marked the commencement of a new week, specifically January 1st, 2024, a tremendously powerful earthquake struck the central region of Japan, unleashing its devastating force upon the land. This cataclysmic occurrence, accompanied by a subsequent tsunami that surged along the western coast, plunged the affected areas into a state of chaos and turmoil, necessitating the immediate issuance of urgent evacuation warnings to safeguard the lives of the residents residing therein. The initial seismic shock, which reverberated through the impacted regions with a magnitude of 7.6, inflicted widespread destruction and disruption in its wake. This calamitous event precipitated extensive power outages, disturbances to essential services vital for the well-being of the populace, and the declaration of a state of emergency to address the dire and pressing circumstances that ensued. According to reports disseminated by local media outlets, the earthquake generated formidable waves measuring approximately 1 meter along certain segments of the majestic Sea of Japan coast. The apprehension and trepidation deepened as concerns arose regarding the imminent arrival of even larger waves, thereby intensifying the sense of urgency and potential peril faced by the affected communities. Notably, within the beautiful prefecture of Toyama, nestled gracefully in its designated location, the city bearing the same name documented tsunami waves measuring 0.8 meters. As the unfolding events continued to grip the region, the esteemed Japan Meteorological Agency promptly responded by issuing imperative tsunami warnings for the coastal prefectures of Ishikawa, Niigata, and Toyama, urgently imploring the local residents to seek higher ground and take refuge in anticipation of an impending catastrophe. Furthermore, in a display of vigilance and concern, the nation of Russia also joined in issuing tsunami warnings for its far eastern cities of Vladivostok and Nakodka as a response to the mounting apprehension and perceived danger. In the age of digital interconnectedness and social media ubiquity, videos vividly capturing the harrowing reality of this disaster inundated various online platforms, serving as a haunting testament to the unforgiving force unleashed upon the land. These gripping recordings showcase the terrified residents, their homes, and even the subway trains violently shaken to their core under the relentless assault of the earthquake's tremors. The unfolding catastrophe primarily manifested itself in the illustrious Noto region, where a series of earthquakes unfurled their destructive might during the afternoon hours. It all commenced with a tremor measuring 5.7 on the magnitude scale, which struck unyieldingly at precisely 4:06 p.m. local time. This initial shock wave was followed by a staggering quake measuring 7.6 in magnitude, accompanied by at least 5 subsequent tremors within the span of a mere hour. At present, the authorities are diligently engaged in the ongoing process of assessing and evaluating the full extent of the damage incurred, while the resilient residents brace themselves for the potential occurrence of additional tremors. In the midst of this calamity, dramatic footage emerged, capturing the heart-wrenching spectacle of a building succumbing to the unrelenting power of the earthquake, collapsing amidst a cloud of dust in the coastal city of Suzu. This poignant visual representation served as a stark reminder of the sheer devastation inflicted upon the land. Meanwhile, in the city of Kanazawa, the frightened inhabitants sought refuge under sturdy tables, desperately clutching onto a semblance of safety as their homes quivered and shook under the forceful tremors. Even Tokyo, the illustrious capital situated on the opposite coast, did not escape the impact of this seismic upheaval, as tall buildings swayed ominously in response to the relentless seismic activity. The severity of the situation further escalated when over 36,000 households residing in the prefectures of Ishikawa and Toyama were abruptly plunged into darkness due to the widespread power outages that ensued. The transportation systems bore the brunt of this catastrophe, resulting in the suspension of high-speed rail services to Ishikawa, thereby significantly impeding the vital connectivity and mobility of the affected region. Additionally, the telecom operators reported extensive disruptions in phone and internet services within Ishikawa and Niigata, further exacerbating the challenges faced by the beleaguered communities. Regrettably, even the aviation sector was not spared from the cascading effects of this disaster, as Japanese airlines were compelled to divert and cancel flights to and from the airports located in the Toyama and Ishikawa regions. Amidst the prevailing turmoil and apprehension, grave concerns regarding the safety and integrity of the nuclear power plants situated along the picturesque Sea of Japan coastline inevitably took center stage. In response to these legitimate fears, the esteemed Japan Nuclear Regulation Authority swiftly undertook appropriate measures to assuage public unease, categorically asserting that no abnormalities had been detected within these critical facilities. This comforting reassurance extends to the 5 operational reactors at Kansai Electric Power's Ohi and Takahama plants in Fukui Prefecture. Fortunately, the Shika plant in Ishikawa, which stood closest to the epicenter of the earthquake, had already proactively halted its 2 reactors for routine inspection prior to the occurrence of the quake, and thus reported no adverse impact stemming from the seismic event. As the ongoing catastrophe continues to unfold, it reignites haunting recollections of Japan's inherent vulnerability to earthquakes, particularly evoking memories of the catastrophic events that transpired on March 11, 2011. During that fateful period, a colossal earthquake and subsequent tsunami wreaked havoc upon northeastern Japan, resulting in the obliteration of towns and the onset of nuclear meltdowns in Fukushima. In the wake of this recent disaster that has befallen central Japan, the resilience of its people and the nation's preparedness will once again come under intense scrutiny in the face of nature's unyielding force. Tremendous efforts will be exerted to rebuild shattered infrastructure and embark upon the arduous journey of recovery, seeking to overcome the profound aftermath that this catastrophic event has left in its wake. In conclusion, the powerful earthquake and subsequent tsunami that struck central Japan on January 1, 2024, caused significant destruction and disruption. The affected areas faced challenges such as power outages, transportation disruptions, and concerns about the safety of nuclear power plants. Efforts will now focus on recovery, rebuilding infrastructure, and supporting affected communities as Japan once again demonstrates its resilience in the face of natural disasters. During these challenging times, let us keep the affected individuals and families in our thoughts and offer our support in any way possible. Together, we can make a difference and help bring solace to those in need. Amen.